Hello and welcome to Menu Heroes Digest, where we have... God, this feels like such an unflattering angle for me, but I swear it's because of the beard, which I'm going to shave. Yeah. Finally have running water, people. Yeah. That's, like...
My entire neck is covered in beard. I've become one of those guys.
Yeah, but your beard, like, looks nice. Mine just looks like my hair threw up on my face. And not even on my face, like, under my face.
I mean, unfortunately, it's mostly bottom.
It's a neck beard. Yeah. We'll be honest. It's a neck beard. Yeah. So, let's just jump right in with neck beard topics.
I'm Jordan, the co-host, and let's move on, because we have a lot to talk about. I know I said that last week, but a lot of news.
Gamestop.
Yes.
So, Nebraska, the great state known for Nabisco Oreos?
I could look it up.
It's known for something. I don't know what it is, but, you know, geography is not my strong suit. So, Lincoln, Nebraska, one of the busiest GameStops around. Well, you know.
All right, its capital is Lincoln.
Yes, that is where we're
its
talking
current
about.
governor is Republican.
Okay. That explains
a lot. It's got the Jostle Air Museum, looks nice, and it's got the Scotts Bluff National Monument. It's got the Carhenge. It's a bunch of cars in the form of Stonehenge, or Stonehenge in the form of cars.
We have. There's something like that in Halifax, Virginia. It's called Trash Henge. It's just a bunch of dumpsters in a circle. But anyway, while he's looking that up, over the weekend...
I'm not even looking up any information on, like, the GameStop thing. I'm looking up, like, just Nebraska facts.
Anyway, since I'll be the focus on this story, I guess. Last weekend, GameStop was closed after its 4 employees decided to walk out and not return.
Yeah.
So, their district manager is supposedly, verbally abusive and just overall crappy. So,
the Reuben sandwich originated in Nebraska.
Oh my goodness. So something good did come out of Nebraska. I'm pretty sure Nabisco came out of...
Yeah. Again, it's like, y'all like Reubens, that's fine.
Anyway. There was a note taped on the front door, and it read, "Our district manager has no respect for us employees, as employees or as human beings. We've been told by our district manager that we were supposed to have this store achieving sales quotas and running perfectly 6 months ago, which was 3 months before a lot of us even got hired. Unfortunately, despite the staff's best efforts, we are not God." And then, this is the kicker, the paper listed nearby competitors, including a place called Entertain Mart, located elsewhere in the mall, and told would-be customers to shop there instead. It's pretty great. So, when Kotaku, the article we're reading from, called the store, someone told them they would be open again soon.
Yeah, we're not sponsored by Kotaku. We're not employees of Kotaku, but we end up looking at a Kotaku article, so they don't have us do a BS paywall or have us subscribe to anything. You know, so we usually go to it's free. We usually go to that website for gaming news. So,
and we're aware that their articles are not always the best.
Yeah. So we try and do a little extra research, but
so this part also killed me. So they
on
were
GameStop NFTs.
No, not that.
Okay.
The store directed them to contact the communications firm Longacre Square Partners, which specializes in topics like investor relations, shareholder activism, and crisis management. And I would consider this a crisis for GameStop.
Oh, yeah.
And hilariously, a representative of the firm refused to offer on-the-record comment, and they declined to comment in writing. They demanded we not mention the name of Longacre in the story, and that is exactly what Kotaku wrote. We not mention the name of Longacre in the story. So they went out of their way to mention it again, and that was just beautiful. And yes, GameStop is doing NFTs, just like everybody. And
yeah, it's like they were near bankrupt, at the beginning of the pandemic, or right before the pandemic and during it. It really was because of memes and because of Redditors that saved GameStop. So they're like, well, we gotta just invest everything in the internet. So what's the thing everybody in the internet's talking about? NFTs, do it. Which, to be fair, it's only certain discords and only certain pockets of the internet that actually care about NFTs. Everyone else either is blissfully ignorant of it or hates it with a burning passion.
And I guess we gotta talk about NFTs.
All right, one more thing though. Fun fact: Kool-Aid was invented in Nebraska. Yep, based in Hastings, Edwin Perkins developed the Kool-Aid juice drink in 1927. He converted his fruit smack syrup into powdered Kool-Aid, which made it easier to ship.
Oh well, look at me, I was wrong. Nabisco didn't start in Nebraska. It was New Jersey. It stands for National Biscuit Company.
Well, still, I was right about Kool-Aid.
I was misguided, so, misguided things and drinking the Kool-Aid, might as well talk about the future of gaming. Cryptocurrency. Alright. So, a dude by the name of Nicholas Varek is an investor at Bitcraft Ventures. Wrote a LinkedIn post about the potential future of blockchain gaming. Take it away.
Alright, the main character of the day. Alright, you already said that part?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, the year is 2030. It's a rainy Saturday afternoon. You've just finished mining 30 obsidian ore playing Crypto Crush Saga, a match 3 mobile game. The post, and again, it goes on to outline how you theoretically take a obsidian ore and bring it across multiple games, using to forge a weapon in a game called the Elden Chains Online. Sorry, Floyd slip there.
It's all this garbage about how you can mine stuff in one game and then transfer it to another, and it's just really dumb.
Companies, we play games and watch movies to escape from business, from escaping our jobs, our soul-crushing jobs. You trying to make gaming a job, we will hate it. Just by pure existence, just by just the very idea of it. We're not okay with this.
Animal Crossing was like the one free job simulator.
Well, again, that's like you're creating your own little home, your own little island, or your little community. And again, you got cool, fun characters out of that.
Yeah.
Like, all these NFT projects, all these crypto projects, like, the designs for these characters, for these things, are either bland as crap or are deliberately ugly. They're literally just all the apes, all the lions, they look awful.
Yeah, in fact, let me pull up a post my friend made on Twitter about it. And while I'm pulling that up, speaking of Twitter, one of my favorite comments that was made was a scenario where you'd run out of ammo in the middle of a Halo firefight, pop into Skyrim to gather materials, then boot up Minecraft to forge those materials into Halo ammo, only to have your servers crash. So you keep telling me.
No, I was like, for something I thought you were talking about that Elon Musk was considering backing out of the deal for buying Twitter.
Oh, he is thinking about that.
Yeah. So, fingers crossed, something good happens. That I mean, Grant, I don't have a Twitter anyway, so I don't honestly have no stake in this. But it's just like, I understand that a lot can go wrong with a guy with his massive ego taking over the website.
So, my friend wrote something I noticed. No NFT holder actually wants their NFT. They only buy them to sell them.
Yeah.
I see crypto cultists gush about how these are revolutionary and gives everyone a custom token, then they don't even want them. And I mean, he's right. You know, it's garbage.
Yes.
And it's also funny. This was posted on LinkedIn, and everywhere else people roasted it. But then on LinkedIn, you know, people were like, "Yeah, this is pretty cool." And it's just
because that is where not most, but like a good chunk of the NFT bros are. They're in that circle and they're just constantly being like, "Oh man, this would be great. Oh man, this is gonna make us rich, man." It's like things like records and comic books and, you know, certain figurines and action figures. You know, people collect them, then they sometimes will sell them and trade them off in certain auctions or certain areas. But you could say the people that own them do care about those individual things and try and take good care of them, try and keep, or just say they have their certain ones they keep for themselves. There's a couple comics that I have that are very rare. Some of them I will sell, some I will keep simply because I like those comics. I like the art of those comics. There's a reason for me to want to collect them and want to sell them to maybe, hopefully, you know, gain money from, or to hopefully get a comic that I do like and I can keep for myself. You know, financially wise, I'm not doing too great right now, so I might have to sell some of my stuff. But that being said, like, you know, I've been again. It's like somebody who likes to collect things. I'd want to keep that thing until I absolutely have to sell it, or just like I can sell something to get something better. And just all these plans for the future of crypto, the future of free market, or whatever their big plans are, it always revolves around selling, but never a reason to keep them. There's never a good reason to keep these things, only to just sell them. And ironically, if you don't sell them immediately, they can either be stolen or the value can just drastically drop.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm playing around with settings trying to make the
I
video
was wondering what you were doing.
Look a little nicer.
That's fine.
So
did we ever discuss the Seth Green story where he was trying to create an NFT show, but somehow he lost the right or the link to his NFT collection?
Oh,
God.
Isn't that the dude who did the voice of Chris Griffin?
Yes, and he's the creator of Robot Chicken.
You serious?
Yes, he co-created Robot Chicken, but yes, yeah, he's done a lot of things that I like, and it's just shocking whenever I hear someone like him getting really invested in this NFT crap and trying to make a show about that. I mean, again, it's like
it's like the SpongeBob NFTs. Yep. Sorry for reminding you.
It's almost like
like they have to destroy everything that's good.
Remember they tried to bring Ren and Stimpy back but make it more adult?
Yeah, I do.
It's almost like that in a way, and it's just... Well, also the creator of Ren and Stimpy, or one of the creators of Ren and Stimpy, is kind of a piece of crap.
Which looks better?
That's a little... I personally like that, but I like when colors pop. Why.
Okay. So. This looks fun.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
All right. Sorry for the interruption, my dudes.
Yeah, we're messing around, trying to make this look as good as possible.
So.
We're trying to get good.
Yeah. So, let's talk about Abandoned.
Yeah, the long list of interesting horror games that have been abandoned or discontinued or have dealt with controversy is long and vast.
Yes. So, let's see. Abandoned was revealed almost a year ago by Blue Box Game Studios. So this was originally suspected to be a Hideo Kojima project, and it was not. and it was dragged for launching a bare-bones PlayStation 5 app with nothing in it but a brief teaser to a playable prologue that has not been released. No demo has come out, and, you know, the quiet scrubbing of its Twitter led some to wonder where the game was. So, let's see.
Oh, you want me to find it?
Yeah, you find it. So, there are reports that the person in charge has been exploiting his fan base and is complicit in nurturing a toxic Discord server. Fans who were invited to Discord servers maintained by the studio founder were made
Hashan Karaman. Again,
Karaman, I think.
I'm always stuck with like names I can't pronounce,
This
and
is
I
why I'm
apologize.
just saying
and
the
I'm sorry.
studio founder. Because I don't want to butcher the name.
Yeah, Karaman. Again, that's my attempt. Please correct me. Tell me how wrong I am. Tell me how stupid I am, so I can get it right. So I can be better. I can be a better person.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to hear? No.
I'm stupid. I'm stupid.
Anyway, the people who were invited to his Discord server were forced to sign, quote, hastily made NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, in exchange for behind-the-scenes looks at abandoned assets, including animations, screenshots, and even a page of the game's script.
I mean, the name abandoned is becoming more and
It's a
more
red
appropriate.
flag.
Yeah.
I think these assets were actually abandoned because reportedly they featured the words Silent Hill 5 on them.
Oh.
Whenever he would be questioned, he'd just kick out the questioner or make a newer, smaller server
Look.
with people who were loyal to him.
Look. Konami has already screwed us over with the chances of a Silent Hill sequel or reboot or whatever. They've completely just screwed over the entire Silent Hill franchise. I don't need somebody else coming in and giving me false hope, giving people false hope of a new Silent Hill anything, and then dash those dreams. It's like we are in a Silent Hill.
No,
We live in a Silent Hill, Steven.
So, the funny part about this is he had them sign NDAs and then the assets still leaked to Reddit, Twitter, the usual.
The usual suspects.
Yes, the usual suspects. So, it started as a cult-themed horror game similar to Silent Hill. But people kept comparing the two, and then Blue Box Game Studios was like, oh, we're tweaking our design to become more action-oriented. And then it went back to its original premise. And then it focused on a fourth wall, breaking AI and other governmental conspiracies. There was a stage where it was gonna be Resident Evil, but with vampires. And there was a stage where it was gonna be multiplayer. But apparently...
No.
But apparently...
No. That's what killed Dead Space. No.
But apparently the studio founder just spends his time playing Rainbow Six Siege. Instead of working on Abandoned. So, a Blue Box Game Studio spokesperson said everyone at the developer is working every day on the game and the prologue. And the playable demo is supposed to fund Abandoned's full development since neither Sony nor any other party is helping the studio financially. And with this kind of shadiness, I wouldn't financially support them either. And it's just, as someone said, The game is called Abandoned, and it sounds like that was the plan for development all along as well.
Yeah.
You know, everyone says don't read the comments. I gotta read the comments sometimes. We get gems like that if we don't. Or we lose gems like that if we don't. So, any other things you want to add to this?
Well, it's just like,
I did leave out the part where he supposedly was grooming someone, but... there's so much in this story.
Yeah, there's... Man, what a news week for people to be grooming, you know, underage people.
I need to groom my facial hair.
Not in that way. Not in that way. Please, do not misinterpret that, please.
Cancelled!
Oh yeah, we're done. Yeah, this site's done. Man, it's... Silent Hill was a great horror franchise. Even some of its like weaker entries, I still thought was at least interesting, or at least like was interpreted. Except for like Downpour.
That always. But that one was good. I like that one.
Oh, you did?
No, I haven't played it.
I was waiting for you. So okay, so please tell me the positives for Downpour, please.
I've played like the first 5 minutes of Silent Hill 1, and then I stopped.
It's old, it's a bit janky, but again, it's like it's always the story and the characters that makes it work. And
yeah, but at that point, I can just read what happens or watch somebody else play
That's
it.
the thing. It's like I could have easily, like, a Silent Hill being a movie or a TV franchise, I think should have worked and could have worked.
But
it did. No, it did not. No.
Wait, they made movies, but they just didn't work.
I know. I did not like either of those movies.
Yeah, but you don't like any movies. I think every movie.
Didn't we just talk about how I just gush over Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2?
Those movies were pretty good.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, Top Gun Maverick. You know, my parents liked the first Top Gun. It would be on TV, and I'd be like, hey, the planes, whatever, it's cool.
Planes.
Yeah, but it's like when I actually sat down and saw the sequel in theaters, I'm like, this is actually a really good movie. This is actually it's a fun blockbuster popcorn movie, but it has solid characters, or like what they do with the characters is cool or interesting.
Sometimes you just need a solid blockbuster movie.
Yeah,
and doesn't need to be anything fancy. Doesn't need a heavy story.
Yeah. And I wouldn't say it's very like some people might say it's very pro-military. That was very much the first movie. This one, I think, acknowledges some issues of the military, but doesn't like go focusing on it. It's just about the characters and what they're going through. Is all it is. But you see why I'm willing to jump on anything to just not talk about Silent Hill, because it's such a depressing topic, and anything trying to be like Silent Hill doesn't seem to quite work, even though I think the premise and the idea could translate well to other things.
You know what else is depressing? SpongeBob NFTs. This is a thing that Nickelodeon's doing, and, you know, it's especially a slap in the face because, you know, it basically goes against everything the original creator, Steve.
Oh yeah, it's like Steve Hillinger would not be putting out... Yeah. Is it Hillinger or Hillenberg?
I don't remember. I think it's Hillenberg.
Okay. Yeah, he would not be okay with this.
I mean, this actively destroys the environment, so...
I'm not one of those guys that like all the new things are terrible. I like my old things. I don't want to be that guy. I had those guys, around me growing up, and I'd get sick of hearing their crap. So I'm trying to be that person, but it's like these SpongeBob spin-offs, everything Paramount's doing with SpongeBob, it's just so mediocre. It's so freaking mediocre, and by all means, like, hey, making it's one thing to make things to appeal to young kids. It's whatever, but like, kids are not that dumb. You know, they can do some dumb things. They're not inherently that dumb, or not as dumb as companies think they are. Yeah,
kids are a lot smarter than people give them credit for.
Yeah.
So, the whole point of that was to actually segue into the next story.
Yeah, but you try to segue, but and just make a tangent, just make a huge swerve to something else entirely different.
So, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl is finally getting character voices.
Yes.
And I'm gonna actually try the game now, because when I had seen it without the voices, it feels really empty.
It does, man. And I have sympathy for the development team. They were given nickels and dimes to make this game, and for what's worth the budget they have, the game does flow naturally and it has a good mechanic system. You know, it's similar to Smash Brothers, but I think it does a few things here and there that is, you know, at least its own. And unfortunately, it's just the problem is it's like Nickelodeon or Paramount is not giving them a whole lot to do, and since they didn't have voice acting, everyone was like, okay, I can play these characters, but if I'm barely making any sounds, or if it's just like, if it's just that's all they're saying, and is it really the characters? Am I really playing as them? Like,
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
In fact, you know, the most exciting part of this is when Hugh Neutron is added. He'll already be fully voiced.
Yeah.
The actor for him, his Twitter makes me smile.
Oh yeah.
He's like, being quiet about the loudest part of this awesome game was not easy. See you all on the battlefield when Hugh audibly speaks his way to victory.
I still love that video. I think they got him to do the voices like that Shadow Realm meme. It looks like you're going to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo.
Yep. What's up?
Man. Special guest star, Xander.
We're
talking
still,
about Yu-Gi-Oh.
We're still talking about the.
Why did you guys say Shadow Realm?
Because we're talking about Jimmy's
meme,
dad
Jimbo.
from Jimmy Neutron. That Shadow Realm.
Trumbo?
Jimbo, because like Hugh Neutron, with Blue Eyes White Dragon saying,
Anyway.
looks like you're going to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo. It's his son, Jimmy Neutron.
Be gone. I'll see you.
Anyway,
later.
that's me, explaining memes by Jordan Kearns.
All right. So, Prince of Persia has been no. Buster, you gotta get out of here, doggy. Prince of Persia.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, one more thing. I'm honestly like, even though I think Nigel Thornberry is like, obviously, like Tim Curry makes the character. He is such a fun character. Like, I wasn't gonna play as him, but I honestly would like to play him just to hear the voices of saying smashing. I'm Nigel Thornberry.
Oh my God.
Now you may continue. Sorry.
Alright, so Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time, was created by Ubisoft. Yay!
Yep.
So,
Back when they were good. Back when they were a respected company.
Yeah.
I want to make that very clear.
the remake was announced in 2020, and it was supposed to come out January 2021. Then it was delayed. Then it was delayed again, and the project moved studios. Now it's been delayed once more, and it seems like it's in development hell. So, the game has been delisted from retailers, which leads many to assume it's been canceled. This just means it cannot be pre-ordered anymore. It has not been outright canceled, but it might as well be. So, it was in development at Ubisoft's two Indian studios for years, and then last month they announced that the game was pulled from those teams and was moving to the original game's developers, Ubisoft Montreal. They said they will take the time they need to regroup on the scope of the game to deliver you the best experience for this remake of an all-time classic when it's ready. It took a month to do this, and apparently they are no longer targeting a fiscal year 23 or 2023 release anymore, and the game has been delisted. If players wish to cancel their pre-order, they are invited to contact their retailer, and they will be updated on the project as the development is moving along.
I mean, in general, I don't think people should pre-order anything that isn't finished. That's just my... I think that's common sense, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm the crazy one here. But yeah, man, it's kind of a shame because, like, growing up and really getting into gaming, like, Prince of Persia was a premier gaming franchise, where people really loved the first one.
Premiere.
Hey, man, you know, that first game is solid. Real good. I had my issues with the sequels, but I didn't think they were bad per se. It was that age of where we gotta make things darker and more edgier. You know, that's where the franchise went, and by all means, I am more than okay with them not remaking the sequels.
Speaking of edgier,
Is that time, Steven?
it's that time! Gotham Knights, boys!
No Batman.
So, Gotham Knights is a video game that's coming out. It's also a TV show that's coming out. Now these things are completely different.
Yes, they are.
Now the video game is about some kids in the Batman universe who band together after Batman is killed. The TV show, however, is about some kids from the Batman universe who band together after Batman is killed.
Essentially the exact same thing.
That's the joke, Xander.
That's the joke, Zane.
But here's the thing, though. The game has characters people like.
The game
Like
looks
Nightwing,
good.
Red Hood, Batgirl, one of the Robins. I don't know which one they picked again.
Didn't Red Hood kill Joker several times?
Well, it was one of those, like, he was about to kill him, but Batman stopped him before he could and everything. I'm sure there might have been a story where he finally did kill Joker, but Joker came back. Or there's actually 3 Jokers, actually. Ooh, what a twist.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
then he kills all 3 of them.
Anyway, the developers for the Gotham Knight video game actually sent out a tweet. Message from the Belfry: the Gotham Knights game and the upcoming TV show of the same name are separate projects with no connection to one another. We can't wait for you to experience the action of our Gotham Knights soon.
They should change the logo slated to just saying the real Gotham Knights for the
real
game.
Gotham Knights.
Just to be clear.
So, the main difference between Gotham Knights the game and Gotham Knights the show is the game has characters, like you said, that
Once
are
a game, once a show.
that are established and that
I mean, he's not wrong, but still.
that were Batman's proteges, basically.
Yeah.
You know, and once their mentor dies, they band together. Plus, the game actually looked or sounded fun. I don't remember if I've seen the game.
Yeah. I'm not sure about Red Hood's soul energy thing, but again, there might be somebody out there saying, well, actually, there's this issue where, like, Red Hood could manifest his soul energy to defeat Bizarro or something. Like, maybe.
It sounds like
so.
anime.
I mean, honestly, Red Hood could belong in, like, a early 2000s, like, dark anime, honestly, with his whole backstory and his whole deal.
Okay, Mr. Shadow.
Anyway, the TV show made by the CW, so that should tell you a lot.
Yeah.
Is about Batman's adopted son, who nobody knows, named, what was it, Trevor?
Turner. It was
Turner.
named Turner.
So yeah, Turner. And
Yeah,
so,
a guy
the
never exists in the comics, never been in any other thing Batman related until now.
So, it's got his adopted son partnering up with the children of Batman's enemies when they're all framed for a murder they didn't commit. And it just looks really, really, really,
Yeah.
really, really,
Well, yes,
Really?
there is. Okay,
really bad.
okay. Even though there's a character called Harley Quinn, there's another character called Harlequin who is the daughter of the Joker, or she claims she's the daughter of the Joker. I don't know if they actually flat confirm she is or not, or if she's just making the whole thing up. But I don't know, man. But even then, it's like that's the thing. Like they're all wearing regular outfits, so they're characters with no powers, and they're not even wearing any suits or armor or anything. So like, what is the point of this superhero show if they neither have no superpowers or don't have any cool armor or weapons or whatever? I mean, maybe the show will go on, they will give them that, but it's like this trailer, this 3-minute trailer is doing nothing to convince me to watch the show.
And with that, we will be right back after this break. Alright, welcome back to Menu Heroes.
It's killing me!
Stop.
It's killing me!
Alright, stop.
Stop.
Jordan, you kicked the camera!
No! Oh, Buster!
All right,
You messed this up!
all right.
Oh, I'm alive. I'm alive.
Don't show the Buster. Leave hush.
Was I showing my butt?
Almost.
Oh boy.
All right.
Hey, look, it's food.
All right. Okay.
Anyway, we've
Ooh.
got with us Xander,
Hello.
Yes. Hey,
because we will be talking about Sonic Frontiers now.
Sonic.
Actually, we'll be talking about
He's-
Sonic Central 2022.
It's the fastest thing alive. It's
So-
the fastest thing alive.
Anyway, if you guys are done being stupid.
No.
You're the one to talk.
Never.
Anyway,
You're the one with us.
okay, Xander. Yes, I know. I'm the one who decided to do all this.
Alright.
So, a new animated prologue for Sonic Frontiers featuring Knuckles was teased. It wasn't shown.
Yeah.
And the new flavor of
I've got-
G-Fuel
I've-
Knuckles
I was
Don't
just-
Shuffle.
I was gonna say they put more time in the Knuckles G Fuel ad
I'm guessing
than the prologue, the Knuckles prologue to this game, which was just one image, or just it was like maybe 2 seconds of footage.
Well,
That's
yeah, but they haven't shown it. It'll be fully revealed ahead of Sonic Frontiers release.
I know, man, but
So you've just gotta wait.
I
but
think-
like they made a big again. If they just said, "Here's a still image of Sonic Frontiers' Knuckles prologue," I would have been fine with that. But they did. We got a sneak preview of the Knuckles prologue for Sonic Frontier. Just you guys wait. And they gave us just 2 seconds. Just 2.
So, Xander.
I'm thinking they're gonna make the name of it Knuckles Don't Chuckle G Fuel.
Oh my god.
Knuckles Don't Chuckle on Knuckles.
Anyway,
Yeah.
your thoughts on Sonic Frontiers, Xander?
I think it'll be really good, and I think it'll be kind of like Breath of the Wild.
Alright.
And I'm thinking they'll most likely pull out Eggman again, and especially the new character, be like a changeable thing.
So you think he's gonna be... Who do you think the villain's gonna be? Or do you think it's too early to speculate?
Well, there's a part of me that is well. I mean, granted, Sonic Heroes already had the twist of you thought it was Eggman, but it was actually me, Metal Sonic, the whole time. They already pulled that, but they may try that again.
Spoilers.
I keep thinking Mr. Stone is gonna appear, or I feel like maybe not in this game, but he will appear.
oh,
in
like Agent Stone?
Agent Stone. Sorry, I know his name is Stone, but like I don't think they
Future
ever,
Mr.
You don't wanna know
Robotnik?
what
Yes,
they call him,
yeah.
Stone.
yeah, Robotnik's waifu, pretty much,
Oh
or
my
husbando.
Alright.
But like people like that character enough to where I think Sega will put him in a game.
I can see it, and you know, I saw this. It was really cute images where they put him into the Sonic
I did.
Mania
Mhm.
preview shorts thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Sonic Prime is a 3D animated Sonic show coming to Netflix.
Yeah.
It looks all right.
I think
But I wonder which
Uh,
Sonic they're gonna use.
um, I don't want to start any controversy, but I think there's been better success with Sonic shows than there have been with games.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like I think there's of course I talk about Sonic Sat AM, the one I grew up with,
That one's
and even
terrible.
like Sonic, even Adventure Sonic the Hedgehog.
Ugh.
The humor was not great,
I
but
hate those shows. Like, I legitimately hate
that's
those
the one
shows.
where they had like Sonic give like a PSA at the end of each episode, and there's one about
Sonic says.
yeah, Sonic says yeah.
Don't play with fire.
But also there's Sonic X. That one I think is
bad.
It
No,
was
the
good.
American theme song for it was bad. The American theme song's awful.
well, it was for kids, so like yeah,
What do
they're
you
gonna
expect?
make
It's
everything
for
terrible.
kids. I heard that they butchered the storyline with the American release. That
Well,
the-
like their version, Maria is not dead, or she's. I think they said that she's in a coma, or she's far away to some foreign land. It's like obviously they didn't want to say she's dead,
don't break that.
even though the games clearly said
She's
Maria's gone, she's not coming back. And just like that was that era where 4Kids. It's just like anything 4Kids related. They just their idea of what kids can handle was like
Oh my
was
God.
insulting.
Didn't they buy One Piece thinking
Yes.
kids could handle it?
Yes, they did.
That was funny.
I guarantee you they bought One Piece because Pirates of the Caribbean made a lot of money, and they were looking for any cartoon anywhere around the world that had pirates in it, not realizing how violent the show could get or how sexually explicit the show could get.
Remember when the voice actor for James in Pokemon got mad at 4Kids? So he said 4Kids is the devil, and that was in a recording session, so they ended up reversing it.
I didn't hear that story, but it makes a lot of sense. I can totally believe that.
So Xander, are you gonna give Sonic Prime a look when it comes out?
Yeah. But I wonder what they're gonna do. My question is, they're gonna do original Sonic, classic Sonic, or specifically my favorite Sonic, Teenage Sonic.
Well,
Like I see like Boom Sonic as like an adult Sonic, like your adult version of Sonic.
a more grown-up, mature version.
Sure, we can say that mature. We can say kind of like that.
Okay.
But I definitely did like Sonic Boom stuff back then. I thought it was funny.
Sonic Boom is a great
show Sonic Boom is really good.
So this might inform your decision. There was a very, very short clip of Shadow rolling into action. So, would that narrow it down for you at all?
I do not want to see it now.
Okay, if any of you are just learning this right now, Xander does not like Shadow. He got upset
Oh, I recorded
when it was a post-credit scene.
I recorded it because for weeks, for like the past week, I had...
Oh, spoilers for Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Shadow's like the very end of the movie.
For the past week before it released, before we went to see it, because the post-credit scene got spoiled for me. And so I was like, hey Xander, wouldn't it be funny if Shadow the Hedgehog showed up in a post-credit scene? Wouldn't that just be crazy? And he's like, that won't happen. And then I knew, and he told me he'd be mad, so I knew to record his reaction when it happened. So as we know, on June 23rd, Sonic Origins is going to be released.
Yeah.
And this will have Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and Sonic CD.
Anyways, I have been hearing on YouTube stories saying that one person said that they're going to like a certain comic, and he was like really excited for it because he was a big comic of that recent comic. And then he realized that Shadow dies in that comic.
So what he's saying is
so
that...
if that goes for like that, well, I'm going to be happy
that
Shadow dies.
I mean, he died in Sonic Adventure 2.
So
but,
he's saying that... Oh, really? Okay.
You guys don't know that?
I haven't played Sonic Adventures.
Oh, spoilers, sorry.
Yeah, you've been spoiling the whole games. So anyway, what Xander's saying is that there is a series of comics that this one YouTuber thinks the Sonic movies are following, and Xander's excited because that means Shadow dies. If Shadow dies in Adventure, that continues the theory that continues the trend that they're following.
Yeah,
Sonic
and I don't want to
Adventure.
ruin your hopes, Xander, but in Sonic Heroes, they explain that there are clones of Shadow. There's like a whole lab of Shadow clones.
Burn the place to the ground.
I think they did blow up, though. I think one of the Shadow clones awakened, and he blew up the whole lab. Because it was the early 2000s, so it was the darker side of the Sonic franchise. So, and obviously Shadow himself was dark and edgy and like.
And
Maria!
the only other...
Hey, at least when he died, he got to see Maria. Until she died again.
So the only other real
Just how the mean died.
exciting news is that a live Sonic Symphony has been announced.
Yes.
It will feature a live orchestra as well as rock renditions of classic Sonic tunes.
Right on.
It will be held at the Brazil Games Show this October, and a full tour will begin later. It would be fantastic if we could manage to go, but, don't hold your breath. You'll be holding it for a long time.
We barely have enough money to survive. We ain't got money to go to Brazil.
Going to Brazil.
All right. So Xander, thanks for joining us for this little segment, and you could probably stick around for this next little bit.
Yes,
May I say one more thing?
One more thing.
Okay. I realize.
Look,
I was gonna say the Sonic fandom can be divisive sometimes, and certainly views of like where the franchise should go is all over the place. But I do feel like the one thing that all Sonic fans are united is that the music for a majority of the Sonic games have been great.
Oh yeah,
A lot of them are really good,
They're bops.
especially Follow Me. Like that's the thing. All the fans are hoping to hear that song either in the next Sonic movie or onwards because like it is a bopping song, and that's how Sonic Adventure 2 begins with him being on a plane. He breaks out of that plane and he's riding like the door of that plane and like down like the big slopes of California or like San Francisco and everything, and that song playing "Follow Me," it is peak Sonic.
I see that in the I can see that in the Sonic movie 3.
I was kind of hoping to see that in the first Sonic movie because
actually I'm pretty sure that was like a reference to him, like Sonic and Mario in the big games where he surfed on a snowboard.
I'm pretty sure they did something. Yeah,
he actually did do that in the movie, so they might have been referencing that.
That's
true.
Like, was it-
That's
okay.
a good point.
okay, so they did something like that, but they didn't. I didn't hear that music. I know that
Didn't hear that
music
music.
anywhere. So
So, Minecraft. So, yeah, Minecraft. The 1.19 update launched 4 days ago, and it brought almost all the features that were supposed to come with the Caves and Cliffs update, which, if you'll remember, was our first video we made. And so, one of the things they were gonna add, but they changed their mind on, was fireflies. Fireflies.
Because someone told them that some fireflies are poisonous to frogs, and I decided not to add them.
Yes. So, fireflies were gonna be
Just one pixel.
a food for frogs, but because they got feedback telling them that fireflies are poisonous for frogs, it wasn't a good idea because kids would imitate that.
yeah, and
Even pet shop owners even reached out and said that it's already a problem with people not getting educated about this, and there's memes about frogs eating fireflies. And it's really good that Minecraft actually listens to feedback, Mojang listens to feedback,
yeah.
and that they do try to be a force for good. That's
Yeah.
always awesome. So, Xander,
I mean, I was gonna say something of like, man, this game about square people surviving a world of zombies and creepy creepers and the Enderman and skeletons. How could it be so inaccurate to have frogs eat fireflies? That's just wrong, and I will not stand for it. But you're right. We don't want the kids to get the wrong information. They don't want to end up like my generation where they. Yeah, I won't get into that. There's a lot wrong with my generation. So
anyway.
if Minecraft can be a force of good and teach the kids right, by all means, go ahead.
So, Xander, as someone who has played around with the new Minecraft update, tell us a bit about it.
So, they did recently add the new disc. It sounds pretty cool, in my opinion. And they also added... Sorry for the voice crack.
That's okay. Speak up a little bit.
Okay. Anyways, they added the new disc, and I really think they also added the shards of this, and I really do like the disc, and they also added the new cool-looking block that I like, that I do think will basically be like a giant portal, but I have not found a Warden City yet. So I will be looking out for those, because, well, they would be cool to find, and they also released the full version of the shulker blocks, and I've also got to mess around and killed 6 wardens, because all I did was just crouch. And I just tapped
Until they died.
yeah.
So, you recommend it to anyone who hasn't played it?
Yeah, I would suggest playing because there's like so many things, and I also recently found what actually the newest compass actually does. It actually, you need to cast these things like echo fragments. They'll point to where you literally just died. So then it makes it easier for you to retrieve your items.
That's pretty cool.
And so if you forgot to set your spawn point, and you have like an extra thing because you wanted to put it like your spawn point just in case, you can go find stuff back to where you died.
It's very, very handy.
Especially when it comes to your gathering diamonds when you just died.
Yeah. it'd be nice to know where your diamonds are.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us, Xander, and I will let you get back to your games.
Yeah.
So,
Play your games, boy.
be gone. Get out of here. What? I gave you a phone charger.
It's charging now.
Anyway,
F.
Xander is gone from the video.
Yes. He's banished.
So,
He's going to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo.
we'll briefly
I'll send
mention...
you to your shower.
Anyway, go. We'll briefly mention how Activision Blizzard finally... I forgot something.
Joy Wrench.
Yes, take your jaw wrenches.
They finally said that they are willing to enter, quote, good faith negotiations with the Raven QA union. Mind you, this was months after fierce resistance and, you know, attempts to harass them out of unionizing, that they've decided, okay, fine, we'll recognize it. And this is also after legal decisions told them they had to recognize the union. Let's see. Bobby Kotick, everyone's favorite devil, said that we begin this process after major investments in our QA team members over the past couple years, including significantly increasing starting pay for QA specialists and converting over 1,100 US-based temporary and contingent QA workers to full-time positions. Now, the Workers Alliance gave us a reminder that all major investments that were made were done as concessions from mounting employee pressure to try to stop unionization from occurring. And they wouldn't have gotten these if they hadn't tried to unionize. So, people telling you that unions are bad are usually wrong.
Or they're usually, like, have some stake in the company that, again, it's like, again, there was a whole thing of, like, I think it was, like, Alabama, like, the Amazon workers were trying to unionize. Unfortunately, like, you know, they got some the higher ups or like the management or marketing team managed to get in the heads of certain employees of being like, no, you don't want unions. No. That'll actually make things worse. That'll, like, you know, manage to, you know, that'll mess up the whole chain and everything. Like, you don't want to do that. And it's like, or they'll cause layoffs if they do that, and they did layoffs anyway.
Yeah, they were gonna lay them off anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like they were already screwed anyway.
So, Street Fighter 6.
Yes.
We briefly saw a look at last week.
Yes.
And it's currently set for a 2023 launch.
Yeah.
A new leak has revealed not one, not two, but almost 20 individual characters.
About 22, 23.
That's why
I ended up saving, because I did get a screenshot of it. I mean, again, I try to not, like, go too deep into leaks and everything, but no, this is, like, I think even, like, the producers of this game have said, oh, yeah, we know you guys found out, and, hey, we're going to still give you some news going forward, but, yeah, we can't really hide this anymore.
So, these include Ken, Zangief, Dalsim, or Dalsim.
Dalsim.
Dalsim, my bad.
Yeah.
E Honda, Blanca, Guile, Cammy, DJ, Rashid, Jury, Ed, and Akuma.
Yeah.
This is in addition to Marissa, Mimi, who actually might be named Manon, Lily,
Yeah, it's,
JP, Kimberly, and AKI.
Yeah. Yeah, did I send you the image, or did
I've
you
seen it.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm finding the two images right here of, like, one is showing each character's nationality and also an image of their names. So that because obviously, like, the leaked image was in Japanese, obviously. So we had to translate the names outright. But yeah, as I said, like, it's kind of cool to see the images of these characters. And I think overall, I like the designs. I know people do wish Cammy had her classic braids, but I think, well, I mean, like,
that's what people are throwing a fit about. Be honest. People are throwing a fit about the pants.
Man, y'all.
And that's
the internet. You have plenty of images for which you can be on your own, and you know.
And that's the thing. Leaked video shows her in her regular, her traditional uniform.
Well, it's like they're going to offer the classic outfits, like just whatever. Look, there's a lot of problems with Street Fighter V, but they had plenty of outfits for you could choose. Some of them you had to buy, and that was how the game made a lot of its money. But they will, they'll do the same thing. They will make her classic outfit available. And it's like, okay. This is the one game out of like what? Like I know there's like 5 official games. So there's been so many re-releases, so many updated editions, hyper editions of these games, and the many times that Cammy has made appearances in other fighting games and other games like in Fortnite.
Oh, like you mean
you've seen
Cammy
her without you have seen her without her pants before. You could live with a game with her wearing pants. Alright? Your will, it may not be strong, but maybe you can survive this one time. This one freaking time. I'm sorry. Like, all these designs, I think, look great. Like, all these designs, I think, look amazing. I mean, I think, like, the only real issue I have is, like, one of the new characters, Marissa, like, the more buff Italian MMA female character. I'm not really digging her hair. It's like it's not just like it's a bright red with like some weird like bowl cut kind of thing. I don't think it really. And that's my issue. Is like it doesn't really match with the rest of her look. Is like my only real issue. But like, and we won't go too much into Summer Game Fest. But they did show a. They revealed that like they did absolutely confirm that yes, Guile is going to be in this game, and his look is a little bit different from this one. I think in this image. He doesn't have a beard or doesn't have a goatee. In the trailer, he does have a goatee, and it took a while to get used to because I am used to him being so clean cut and just hairless. Well, at least hairless in terms of the chin. Actually, looking back, Guile doesn't have eyebrows in the other ones. The guy just shaves all the hair off his face, or puts all of his hair on top of his head. But I think in this one, he's just naturally like, okay, I have eyebrows and I have a goatee now. And it honestly, it looks good. And his control, like some of the cool things he does or some of his moves, didn't show a whole lot, but they show like his cool, obviously his sonic boom, obviously, and some of his air-based attacks. So yeah, I think Guile looks good. And I'm sure once we see Cammy's official trailer, I'm sure they're going to do some cool stuff with her. Because she is a fan favorite. And I think also like I think my one concern with obviously like with what we see in the roster right here is this list going to be the launch roster? Are we going to get all 23 characters on launch, or are some of these going to be DLCs?
It'll be interesting to see.
I mean that was the thing people complained about with Street Fighter V, is that you had 16 characters, and only shortly afterwards the other characters you had to buy. Now, so yes, I'd hope, like, I feel like this team understand, like, at least from what in interviews they seem to understand what went wrong with Street Fighter V. They're trying to correct that, and they're clearly offering more with Street Fighter 6 than they did with Street Fighter 5, because there's that whole. Because again, part of the trailer did showcase like your character, or like a character moving around the city of Metro City, interacting, breaking up trash or whatever, and like going into regular street fights. So, it's sort of like it made me think like, are they putting a final fight in the middle of the Street Fighter game? Like that'd be kind of crazy if they did, but I think it's going to be. Because I know the Mortal Kombat games used to have a conquest mode. Where either you create a character or you'd have like a preset character that goes on certain missions, and they might bring that back in this one or in this game. I'm looking forward to that. Like everything I'm seeing is making more and more excited for Street Fighter. And I'm glad because, like, Capcom, I think, has made plenty. Well, they made plenty of games of a variety. You know, Mega Man being that, and also Resident Evil. But like their category, of course, obviously it's a term. But like their category of fighting games and beating up games is stuff of Legends, and obviously, the only way any of those franchises are gonna come back is if Street Fighter, their flagship fighting game, does well.
Yeah.
And here it's looking good so far. Here's hoping it can get. I think that's the thing. Is like, can it get casual people back into fighting games and into this franchise in general? Because I know there's some people that like are getting more excited and are liking the design so far, but it's just that last Street Fighter game burned a lot of bridges, made a lot of people unhappy. Rightfully so, because Capcom made a lot of bad decisions. So here's hoping they make the right decisions and it becomes, it becomes a great fighting game. And this is my hope.
And our last story, we're not spending forever on this. What?
Well, the thing is, like, okay, first of all, I'm going to be curious how Ken's reveal trailer. Because obviously there are memes and just Twitter posts of Ken looking super depressed and sad. Now I am hoping I'd hope he isn't divorced, because like whenever you do the story things for Ken in all the games, it seemed like him and Elisa were a happy couple and she was supportive, and their son was all supportive, like, "Hey, go Dad, hope you win," and everything. It's like, I mean, the only alternative is if Elisa is dead or dies in some way. If they go into that route, which would be even more depressing, but that'd make more sense story-wise, because I know there's been extra leaks about like the potential story plots of these characters, and I feel like some of them are made up. Because like Mel, okay, so the game that is like, okay, so here's the thing. Even though Street Fighter 3 is called Street Fighter 3, it's actually the furthest in the timeline.
Yeah.
It's one of those Fast and Furious things where 4 and 5 take place before 3. But even in 3, where Ryu and Ken are in their 40s, Ken's son Mel is just 10 years old. There is no way he's been in the military and has had a dog tag, and Ken gets tagged to his son and his son died. Like, no, I don't buy that rumor for one bit. So I don't think it's that, but I think something bad did happen in Ken's life, or maybe something close to Ken happened, and I'm really scared what that's going to be, because like there's a certain character people want to see return to Street Fighter, and he's not on the list of leaked characters. And I don't know, but I also think there will be more characters besides these, because like that's the thing for Street Fighter 4 and 5 is that they had plenty of DLC characters.
Okay. Well,
so if your favorite character's not been announced yet, don't lose hope. There's still a chance.
Are you done?
Yes, now we can move on.
Alright. Castlevania is getting a spin-off for the Netflix series. It's called Castlevania Nocturne, and it features Richter.
Richter. Yes.
Richter Belmont. And as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. No, you're gonna drone on for 10 more minutes.
I promise it won't be too long, okay? Because it really was just like 40 seconds is all it was.
God, you can make 40 seconds into 40 minutes story.
I mean, I can, but it's just like, there is plenty to go. Richter is up there with one of the most fan favorites of Belmonts,
There's like
playable Castlevania.
3 Belmonts.
Dude, I could show you an image of the Belmont timeline.
Oh my God.
Just to shut your face.
Just shut my face. Anyway.
But is the thing, it's like the most famous, or the one that started the whole Castlevania franchise, is Simon Belmont. If you play Smash Brothers, big buff chain guy, big blonde buff chain guy, from Smash Brothers. Y'all recognize him. So I thought for sure if they're going to continue with a Castlevania show, it'd be Simon be the next one because, you know, he is like Trevor's grandson, and he's like Richter's great grandfather. As like there's other Belmonts in between Simon and Richter, but obviously Richter does take place more in modern times, and that might be why they're going with him for right now, just so like
I might be jumping around,
just
to
be like the Poochie, being like, "Hey kids, what up? This is your vampire hunter that relates to you, the use." You know?
Well, they might not want to like do something that feels the same right away, so they'll go in with a different time period for their next Castlevania series, and then they might go back and do Simon.
Okay. I'll accept that. You know, I just want these to be good. You know, I think the 4 seasons we got are good. Season 2 was the best season, and season 4 I felt was a little rushed.
I'll watch them eventually.
Yeah, I tell everybody, hey, even if you don't know anything about Castlevania, still a good, dark animated show with vampires and blood and sex.
Oh.
So, hey, what's not to love?
Anyways,
We'll end on that note.
thank you guys for tuning in, and as always, stay cool. Thank you for your patience. This episode was late, but it is what it is, and we will get to you about the Game Fest.
Reese's Puffs.